Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be tackling item number 3 on my seasonal reset list, and that is to clean up some of my appliances. I usually like to do this every season just to keep them clean and get them ready for some great fall cooking. I will walk you through and show you which appliances I need to focus on and what I use to get those clean, and show you the end result after I'm done cleaning. One of the appliances that I really want to concentrate on is this built-in oven, and this is the one that gets the most use. I just love the way it cooks and bakes things. I'm just so used to it. We've had it for a very long time, and I'm really happy with the way my baked goods and come out. So let's take a look at the inside. I clean it every season for the simple reason because it just gets used so much, and I want to get as much as I can out. There's a lot of splatters. I am going to be using the technique with the lemon peels and the water that I talked about in my lemon juice prep video, where I just fill a heat-proof glass container with water and the lemon peels, and just let that steam up, and hopefully it'll penetrate some of that grease, and it'll be a lot easier to wipe off a lot of the splatters on here. But yeah, we're definitely going to be using some elbow grease on this oven. But it'll be great once it's a little bit cleaned up. The item we're gonna focus on is my refrigerator. We are just gonna go through and just remove everything, clean it out, and see if there's any bins that I need to buy. I did have a couple that I was thinking about including in here, and just pretty much just kind of clean it up and reorganizing it. It does get a lot of use, so a lot of stuff gets thrown around. Just want to put everything back in its place, and that's all we really need to do here. And then on the freezer side, same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that ice bin out, defrost it. Sometimes it does get frost on it. Defrost it and then wipe it down and just put it back and get some fresh ice in there. And then I do have these bins, and they are great for separating some of the products. I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure everything is in its place. Maybe get a couple more bins. We'll see. Once we take everything out, we know what we have to work with. So if needed, I can always run out and get some more bins. But yeah, that's pretty much it for here. And then I usually take out the bottom grill, and because that tends to accumulate a lot of dust, I usually take that out, and I will go ahead and actually vacuum that and actually wash it and put it back. So that'll be nice and fresh, because it does help with the ventilation of the refrigerator, the motor, just so there's no issues. The other appliance I want to focus on is my microwave. We really don't use the microwave that much, just for quick reheating, but actually not even that so much. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a quick wipe down. So that should be good to go. The next appliance I want to focus on is my stove. And I actually don't use this. I store a lot of my wrought iron cookware in here. I'm going to be taking those out, giving them a good wash and re-season them, and just kind of wipe down the inside of the stove. Like I said, we don't really use it that much, so it's pretty clean. But the top range does get used a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe everything down. And just put everything back. The next appliance is my dishwasher. I'm gonna go ahead and actually, I'm gonna run it with some vinegar just to, if there's any calcification of the soap or anything, so that could get washed out. And then take out the filter, clean that out, and just kind of wipe the outside of it. But that should be all that's needed on this. This is the oven that really needed a lot of work. So what I went ahead and did is put an oven safe dish, and I filled it halfway with water. And I had some lemon peels left over from some lemons that I juiced. And if you're interested in seeing that video, I'll go ahead and put it towards the end of this video. But I threw those in there, and now I just set it at 400 degrees. I'm gonna let it start to boil until it starts producing steam, and take that out and go ahead and try and wipe down the oven. If that doesn't work, I will go ahead and do like a baking soda solution and try and see if we can get the last of the splatter out of the oven that way. So stay tuned, we'll be back. The main oven, the built-in, I did manage to get a lot of the fresh splatters, but a lot of these are baked in. This oven is about over 20 years old, so it's got a lot of use on it. And what I did is I put some lemons in some water and let that boil up at 400 degrees and until it started to steam. And then I took it out and let that oven cool down a little bit and wiped it down. I did manage to get a lot of the splatters out, but I'm going to try another method to see if I can remove any more of the just the other baked on splatters on here. And what I did with the window is I actually took a paint window scraper, and I scraped the windows and then wiped it down. And a lot of the splatters came out from that, so I'm happy with the way that worked. I'm excited to try these. My husband actually got them for Christmas last year. They've been sitting in the laundry room. I think this is like the perfect time to go ahead and take those out and see what we can clean as far as the appliances with some of the brushes here. I'm going to be attaching these to, they have actually different types of brushes and attachments for my husband's power gun. There's also some scrubbers and just different various brushes. And honestly, I had forgotten that he had gotten these, and they've just been sitting in the laundry room. So I'm gonna try, actually, this is a softer brush. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try this on our bathroom tile. And then this one is a little bit more stiff. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually try this on some of the grills in the kitchen. I'm gonna keep these for the kitchen. And then these are almost like sponge type. And then we have like different types of scrubbers, different textures. Some are more rough than others. And then there's this big brush. And also some smaller brushes. Like I said, I haven't used these yet, and this is actually a Velcro, and you can attach some of these scrubbers to this Velcro, and then go ahead and use it that way. And then this small brush. So I'm looking for, I'm always on the lookout for just easy ways to clean throughout the house, and I am really excited to try these, and I will let you know how they attached to the power gun, and actually try using one of them on one of my oven grills. So we will give that a try. Okay, here's my oven grill. I went ahead and I sprayed it down with some of the dish soap and vinegar solution. I let that sit on a little bit, and I also sprinkled some baking soda on it and let that sit for a little bit. Now we're gonna go and try using one of the brushes with my husband's power gun and see how much of this baked on grease we can get removed. I think I'm happy with the way this turned out. It's not perfect, but it definitely got a lot of the large chunks of dried on grease, baked on grease off of this oven grate. And I wish I knew about this tool years ago when we first got the stove. It probably wouldn't end up looking as bad as it did. There is actually self-cleaning feature on the stove. I just have never really used it. I did read some stuff that the high temperature just produces a lot of fumes, and it's not good for some of the heating elements in the stove. So I never really went that route to clean the stoves. I've always just scrubbed. But I'm so happy with this brush and scrub set. I think it did a great job. I just can't wait to use it in other parts of my house, like my bathroom tile. So I will probably make a video on that and show you how that turns out. But yeah, I mean, this is the back side, which usually gets a lot more grease baked on. And this is the front side. And this one actually cleaned up a little bit better. So yeah, real happy with the way it turned out. And we went ahead and did our best with the stove. There really needed a lot of cleaning. Like I said earlier, the stove is over 20 years old, so I wasn't really thinking that it was going to get a lot of the really old baked on grease removed. But honestly, the brush and scrubber worked really well. I managed to get a lot of it out, and the grill actually doesn't look bad. I'm happy with it. And I went ahead and wiped it down. The back actually turned out pretty good. Just the sides have a lot more splatter, but I did the best I could considering how old some of these splatters were. Yeah, I'm really happy with the results. And we will move on to the next appliance. Right, so we're gonna go through, empty out my fridge. We're going to be wiping it down, and then we will be actually putting everything back. Just making sure that everything is not past the due date, and cleaning it up really well. I do want to let you know that in the back I have the baking soda that I always keep in here, and that's just nice. It just eliminates any of the odors in the fridge, and it's just a plain glass shaker bottle, and then usually I'll swap the new one, put it in here, and then I will use this one underneath my sink. So yeah, just a little hack just to keep your refrigerator free of odors. I went ahead and I removed all the food from all the shelves and the bins. So what I'm going to, all the drawers, I guess I could say. And so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just give it a quick wipe down now. I'm gonna work from the top down in case there's any pieces that fall, and then put everything back. We're all done with cleaning up the fridge. I went ahead and took everything out, gave it a good wipe down, and pretty much put everything back, checked everything, and threw away everything that was outdated. And gotta hand it to the materials they use on these refrigerators. It is wonderful. so easy to clean. I just wish my ovens were as easy. Just an easy, quick spray down and a quick wipe, and it looks like it's good as new on the inside. I did add, actually I had these two bins. I have one for cheeses and one for meats. And then I also actually recently purchased a turntable, and I love this because you can pretty much put stuff in it and turn it around, and have access to any of the foods that you're looking for. Yeah, and then I put all of my vegetables in the drawer here, and then we do keep our breads in the refrigerator. They just go bad so quickly, and this gives them a little bit more time. We go through them pretty quickly, so but yeah, after a couple days, I just like to have them fresh rather than sitting out. And then the bottom I just use basically for some lettuces and for some fruit. But yeah, that worked out really good. Turned out really nice and clean. It's great to have it this way. Okay, the next thing we're gonna tackle is my freezer. I'm going to be removing everything and just checking through things, and then giving it a quick wipe down. I'm going to remove that ice bin, defrost it, get the frost out of it, and just make some fresh ice. And then just go through everything. So we will be back to see what the result of the freezer will be. All right, just a quick view of the freezer. I went ahead and cleaned it up. I removed the ice bucket, defrosted that, cleaned it out, and put it back in. I actually turned it on so it could make more ice. And then took out everything, checked everything, and cleaned out all the containers, and pretty much put everything back. But it cleaned up really good. I tried to organize it so it makes a little bit of sense. I've got like the packaged meals here. Then I have like my frozen fruits, which I need to stock up on because I love to use those in my smoothies. And then I have my frozen vegetables. I've got some packaged items there, and also just some large packages of like frozen vegetables and some frozen peppers that I like to use in some of my recipes. And then over here, pretty much the ice creams, and then some frozen juice sticks that my grandkids like to access. I have those on the bottom. So yeah, I cleaned up really good. I did get rid of some things. Honestly, there are a few meats here, but I try to be very minimal with the meats. I pretty much try and keep on hand maybe some ground turkey or some, a beef item ground, or some stew meat, and then maybe some chicken, and just as backup. But I actually live in an area where I could pretty much go anywhere within like quarter of a mile to a mile, and pretty much have access to fresh groceries. So a lot of times I'll do that. I'll go ahead and make a list for the week, and then I'll go ahead and get what I need, and just make the meals as fresh as possible. I try not to freeze meat too much. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this up. These were actually purchased recently, but they are frozen. I like to go ahead and use those up, and then from then on, just get fresh products, have those as backup. As long as you're going through your items, just making sure that you're rotating and just using up all the products. That's really what I have found is the best way to go and the least amount of waste. So yeah, turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. All right, I wiped the outside of my refrigerator down all the way to the bottom. And then I also removed this grill here. And this is where gets really dusty. So I went ahead and vacuumed that and just sprayed it down a little bit and wiped it and cleaned it. This does get a lot of dust. That's where the motor is on the fridge. So if you have anything like this on the bottom of your fridge, I definitely suggest that you keep it clean. It'll just keep the motor of the refrigerator running more smoothly. All right, let's see how it turned out. I'm gonna open up the microwave, and as you can see, the steam got built up in there and it stuck to the walls and also the door. Let's see. Yeah, there's some splatters here. So I'm going to get my gloves because this is actually, it's not too hot. Well, it is. I can't handle it without any gloves, but I'll go ahead and get my gloves. I'm going to remove that bowl, and I'm going to wipe the inside of the microwave down. As you can see, it caused condensation also on the top rim when I opened up the door. So wipe it down, and I will show you the end result. Right. Well, this cleaned up really well. I managed to get all of the splatter from the top of the microwave and all of the sides. I did take the glass insert out. I'm gonna do that by hand. But yeah, every piece of, every single splatter pretty much came out. And then the same with the door. All of the splatter actually got wiped out. So I like to use the lemon and water method because it's a more natural way of cleaning. There are cleaners out there, I guess, that you could use that really probably would work just as well. But whenever I find a more natural method of cleaning, I will go ahead and do that as opposed to using any kind of a cleaner. So yeah, that turned out really well. And then the outside, I just wiped it down. I sprayed it down with some vinegar with a dash of dish soap. I usually keep a sprayer bottle of that, and I use it for various reasons. Yeah, that one I just had two cloths, one wet, one dry, and I went ahead and wiped that down, and that one came out really good as well. So we will move on to the next item. All right, so I ended up taking the grill or the filter for the fan that's underneath our microwave, just the venting unit. I took out the filter, and yeah, it's there is some grease on it, so I'm gonna try and get that off. What I did is I sprayed my vinegar and dish soap solution on it, and then I just with my container here that I absolutely love. I have some baking soda in here that I use also to clean my sink with, but I went ahead and I sprinkled some baking soda on it. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna try brushing it off with my brush here. And hopefully we can get into all of those little crevices in there and get all the oil and the grease removed. So we'll come back and look at the finished result. All right, so we are all done with the filter. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. There was a couple of areas that I needed to concentrate more on with the brush, but overall, it actually cleaned up pretty well. And that's the thing with appliances and why I like to set a schedule to get those cleaned up. Because if you know, attention isn't being given to these filters, it's going to get clogged up, which would eventually cause problems with the vent on the microwave. So I just made it a rule to include the microwave full deep clean and cleaning the filter every 3 months. And that is just about right, where I can kind of keep up on it and it doesn't become a problem. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get this to dry and put it back in. These are the grills from the other stove, the main stove that I took out. I went ahead and I sprayed them with some vinegar and dish soap solution and sprinkled some baking soda on them. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually use this attachment, the smaller one, because I think this one will be able to get through to some of these crevices here. And let's see if I turn it on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue cleaning with this tool. And then I'll go ahead and give them a good rinse. And I will go through and wipe down the rest of the stove. That one is actually not as bad because it's not used as much and it's newer. And yeah, I'll be back to show you how this turned out. Here's a view of the main stove. I just got done cleaning that, put everything back. And the inside, the grills, actually everything washed up really good. Like I said, this stove does not get used as much, but we do use it. But I try and stay on top of it as far as cleaning it, just to keep it from getting dirty and having a lot of that splatter baked on over time. You just have to stay on top of it. So, and that way it'll stay clean for longer. Yeah, turned out really good. And here is the outside of it. Yeah, just wipe the whole top all the way to the bottom. Yeah, turned out really good. Okay, so this is a follow-up on my kitchen cleaning and organization video. There was a couple of areas that I did not show in that video. So I went ahead and cleaned out this drawer here. What I did is removed everything, vacuumed, sprayed it down and wiped it out really good. I did put my aluminum foil and my cling wrap in this bamboo bin container. And then I did put in this divider here to keep everything separate. So we have those, my parchment paper, my wax paper. I've got some plastic baggies that I use for various things back there with the ties. And then I have some paper bags. And then I was able to actually leave my tea box in here. And it's just more convenient than putting it in the cabinet because my coffee and tea cabinet doesn't have the room for me to put it in the right way. I would have to remove the box in order to get it open, so this works way better. And then if you guys have never tried these are like disposable gloves, and I absolutely love these. They are food grade, and they are just wonderful when I'm mixing up like the meat for hamburgers, or when I mix up salads. They are just great, and I absolutely love them. And then you can just take them out and just pitch them after you're done. So yeah, this worked out really good, and yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. If you're interested in watching that video, I will have it towards the end of this video, and feel free to watch that if you like. The dishwasher cycle just finished, and what I did is I just put it on the 1 hour with no heat, just a regular wash. And I put a bowl full of vinegar right in the middle on the top rack, and as the bowl filled, it released a lot of the vinegar, and it just washed the inside of the dishwasher just with vinegar. What I also did is I removed the filter in the bottom and gave that a good cleaning. It almost had like a it has like a layer on it. So I just wanted to make sure that that was free and clear of any kind of debris. So yeah, that cleaned up really good. And just put that in. You definitely want to clean out any filters on any appliances, if there is a filter, on any appliances that have filters, because they do get clogged, and they can cause problems if left uncleaned. So yeah, this worked out really good. Looks nice and clean, almost like new, and I'm really happy with it.